They said it couldn't be done. They said John Cena was finished. They said Brock Lesnar was untouchable. Well, guess what? They were dead wrong. Just 5 minutes ago, the wrestling world was turned completely upside down when John Cena did the impossible and defeated the Beast incarnate himself in what can only be described as the most brutal, most shocking match in WWE WrestlePalooza history. And if you think you know how this went down, you're about to get your mind absolutely blown, because what happened in that ring tonight defied every single prediction, every expert analysis, and every piece of conventional wrestling wisdom we thought we knew. But before we dive into this earth-shattering upset, I need to know, were you one of the people who counted John Cena out? Drop a comment below and tell me honestly, did you think the leader of SANation still had it in him to take down Brock Lesnar? Let me set the stage for you, because this wasn't just any ordinary match. This was a collision course that had been building for months. Brock Lesnar, the man who conquered the Undertaker's streak, the man who ragdolled Roman Reigns, the man who made even the toughest superstars look like children. He walked into WrestlePalooza with one goal: to prove once and for all that John Cena's time was over. The pre-match hype was absolutely insane. Paul Heyman spent weeks on the microphone telling anyone who would listen that this would be a public execution of John Cena's career. He called it the final nail in the coffin of the SANation leader's legacy. And honestly, most of us believed him. The crowd at WrestlePalooza was split right down the middle, half chanting "Let's go Cena," while the other half roared "Suplex City." But when that bell rang, everything changed in ways no one saw coming. Right from the opening moments, Brock came out like a man possessed. We're talking about vintage Beast incarnate brutality, German suplex after German suplex, throwing Cena around like he was a rag doll. The commentary team was calling it systematic destruction, and for the first 10 minutes, it looked like Heyman's prediction was coming true. But here's where it gets crazy, and I mean absolutely insane. Just when everyone thought Cena was done, just when the referee was checking if he could continue, something clicked. Maybe it was the roar of his fans, maybe it was that never-give-up spirit we've seen for 20 years, but John Cena transformed into something we haven't seen in years. The comeback wasn't just inspiring, it was violent. Cena started matching Brock's intensity punch for punch, suplex for suplex. We saw moves from John Cena that honestly, I didn't even know he still had in his arsenal. The man was wrestling like his career depended on it, because let's be real, it probably did. Quick question for the comment section: what's your favorite John Cena comeback moment of all time? Because tonight just might have topped them all. The turning point came when Brock went for his signature F5. Everyone in that arena was on their feet because we've seen this finish 1,000 times. But Cena, somehow, someway, reversed it into an attitude adjustment that shook the entire building. The crowd erupted like I haven't heard in years. But that wasn't even the end. Brock kicked out at 2.5, and what happened next was pure wrestling poetry. These two legends started trading finishes like it was a heavyweight boxing match. F5, kick-out. AA, kick-out. Another F5, another kick-out. The near falls were so close that even the referee looked shocked. The final sequence is going to be replayed for decades. Brock Lesnar, bleeding from his forehead, charges at Cena for what looked like it would be the final blow. But Cena ducked, grabbed Lesnar, and hit not one, not two, but 3 consecutive attitude adjustments. The third one was so devastating that even Paul Heyman had his hands on his head in complete disbelief. 1, 2, 3. John Cena had done it. The 16-time world champion had defeated Brock Lesnar in a match that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. The aftermath was pure chaos. The crowd was absolutely nuclear. Half were celebrating like their childhood hero had just saved Christmas, while the other half sat in stunned silence trying to process what they had just witnessed. Even Brock Lesnar, known for his stoic demeanor, looked genuinely shocked as he rolled out of the ring. But here's what's really got the wrestling community going absolutely crazy right now. What does this mean for both superstars moving forward? John Cena just proved that reports of his career's death were greatly exaggerated. At 47 years old, he just defeated one of the most dominant forces in WWE history in a match that will be talked about for generations. And Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, just suffered one of the most shocking defeats of his entire career. This is a man who has dominated everyone from The Undertaker to Roman Reigns, and John Cena just handed him a loss that nobody saw coming. The social media reaction has been insane. Wrestling Twitter is melting down. Former WWE superstars are calling it match of the decade. Even casual fans who stopped watching years ago are sharing clips and asking if WWE is worth watching again. Here's a question that's going to spark some heated debate. Drop a comment and tell me, does this win put John Cena back in the conversation for greatest of all time? because after tonight, the debate just got a whole lot more interesting. The implications of this match extend far beyond just one night. We're looking at a potential career renaissance for John Cena, a man who many thought was winding down his in-ring career. This victory doesn't just add another chapter to his legacy, it might have just started an entirely new book. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Where does Brock Lesnar go from here? This loss could be the catalyst for the most dangerous version of the beast incarnate we've ever seen. When Brock gets embarrassed, historically, bad things happen to everyone around him. The wrestling world is buzzing with speculation about what's next. Will we see a rematch? Has John Cena earned himself a shot at whatever championship he wants? Did Brock Lesnar just get the wake-up call that will make him more dangerous than ever? But perhaps the most important question of all, and I need you to answer this in the comments, are you ready to admit that maybe, just maybe, we all underestimated what John Cena still has left in the tank? Tonight at WrestlePalooza, we witnessed something truly special. We saw a legend prove that legends never really die, they just wait for the right moment to remind everyone why they became legends in the first place. John Cena defeating Brock Lesnar wasn't just an upset, it was a statement that echoed through every corner of the wrestling universe. The match lasted 28 minutes and will be remembered for 28 years. It was brutal, it was shocking, and it was absolutely perfect. Wrestling fans, we just witnessed history, and I have a feeling this is just the beginning of something incredible. So here's my final challenge for you, smash that like button if you're as shocked as I am, subscribe if you want more instant wrestling analysis, and most importantly, tell me in the comments, what was your reaction when John Cena got that 3 count? Because something tells me your reaction was just as explosive as mine. The wrestling world just changed forever, and we were all here to witness it. What a night, what a match, what a moment that will live on in wrestling history forever.